Hello guys, welcome back to another video with InfoSec Pat. In today's video, what I'm going to show you guys how to do is set up an ASA firewall, a Cisco ASA, to access the internet. We're going to be setting up an ISP router and going out to the internet. We're going to do this in Cisco Packet Tracer, so I put a server to quote-unquote mimic Google's server, and you'll see. So if you're ready to get into the video and follow along, let's get into it. Thanks. Alright guys, welcome back. So this is the topology that we're going to be working with today. And let's see, make sure I have everything up. So the only thing that's left to do on here, I just wanted to label everything. The inside interface, the outside interface. We can put this over here just so we know. And this is over here. And we can put this over here. And this one is going to be ETH. Let me just make sure of my notes. Let me just make a little note. Forgot to do that one. FA0/1. Okay, perfect. And that's going to be here. And that should be good. And I guess we can do the last one just to keep it consistent, right? FA0. That's over here. All right, so everything is good, and I put my laptop here just to have my laptop set up, and we're gonna do that in a second. So let's go ahead and open up the server. We're gonna configure the server, the interface. Let's actually go to server, interface, static, and the IP address for here is gonna be 8.8.8.8 with a 24-bit mask. Okay, and I think let's go to services, physical, desktop. Let's do the gateway real quick, and the gateway is going to be 8.8.8.1. Okay, perfect. And services, we're going to go to services, DNS, and we're going to create a DNS server, 8.8.8.8, and name is going to be google.com. Okay, on, add, save. Okay, it's already in there. All right, cool. So now let's just do this really quick. Desktop, go to here, we could do an IP config all, and we should see. Oh, that's weird. Why didn't it work? Let's go check back here. Oh, DNS server. Did it itself. Okay, now let's go back and see if we can do this. Perfect. Now we have everything set up on the server. All right, so now I think we should be good there. Now let's go from my laptop. We're going to have a console cable, just like how you would when you initially set up a firewall. So if we want to go from the console cable, RS232, to the firewall for the console. Okay, so if we open up the laptop, go to desktop, go to terminal, and then we hit OK here, we should see the firewall. All right, so we're going to be configuring the firewall now. All right, so now we're in the firewall. All right, so that I think should be it. Now let's see, blah, blah, blah. I just want to make sure I got everything. All right, so now the first step is we're going to assign IP addresses to the ASA and the ISP router. So now we're just going to configure the interfaces. So let's do enable, and there's no password, just hit enter. And first things first, we're going to do configure terminal. So we can do show interface IP brief, and we can see that we have an IP address here, 192.168.1.1. But if we look back here, the inside interface is different. So we're going to do show run, and we have DHCP right here as well. We have to get rid of these two configs. So I want to copy that, go into configure terminal. I'm going to negate it, no, boom. Let me see, no IP address. Oh, okay, sorry. I need to go into interface VLAN 1. And now type this, paste this in. Now that should be gone. Now we do show run. Let me see something. No IP address. Okay, now if we do that. Now if we do show run, now it should be gone. Let's go back up, make sure. Now there's no IP on the interface. Okay, cool. And now the last thing is we don't have the DHCP. Okay, perfect. All right, so now let's just make sure. Let's just go ahead and configure terminal. I'm going to put no DHCPD address 192.168.1.5. I think it was 1.5. And to 192.168.1.35. And that was on the inside. Okay, perfect. All right, good. All right, so now we'll go into interface VLAN 1. And now what we'll do is do an IP address. And I have my notes over here, but it's 172.16.1.1, okay, with a 24-bit mask. All right, and now we can do no shutdown. And then we're going to name the interface, okay, and inside. And then the security level is going to be 100. Okay, perfect. Now we can X out of here. Now we'll go into the actual the interface. So interface Ethernet, and this one is 0/1. I have that in my notes here, but let me make sure that's correct. Yep, 0/1. Perfect. 0/1. All right, and then we do switch port access VLAN 1. Okay, and then exit, show run. Now we see that this interface is up and the IP address is assigned to there. Okay, and then we have, I put 2. Oh, that's for the other interface. My bad. All right. So, okay, we should be good now. So let's do. Now, the next thing we do is configure the interface for VLAN 2. So configure terminal, interface, VLAN 2, and then the IP address for here is going to be 203.1.1.2. Okay, right? Is that what I have here? Yep. And then 24-bit mask is fine. Oops, that 0. Okay, I'm doing no shutdown. I want to name the, and this is going to be outside. Okay. And the security level for here is going to be 0. Okay. And then we exit this. And now we have to do the same thing for the interface Ethernet 0/0. And do switch port access VLAN 2. Okay, perfect. And now we do copy running config to startup config so we can have that saved. Now we do show run. And now we have both of them configured. I wonder why this one doesn't say switch port. Let me go make sure that's there. Copy this. Copy. It's weird. Config T, interface 1, switch port, access VLAN 1. Okay. Show run. That's interesting. All right. So we'll do configure terminal real quick. I want to change the host name. Configure terminal. I'm just going to put ASA1. Oh, host name. Sorry. Host name ASA1. And copy, run, start. Okay. So that's for the ASA. So let's X out of here for now, and we'll go to the ISP router. Okay, let's go to the ISP router and do some configuration on here now. Open this up big and wide. All right, so we're gonna do no here. Okay, and now this is the ISP router. So let's do enable, configure terminal. I'm gonna do host name ISP. All right, and then we do show IP interface brief, and we have to configure these two interfaces to associate with one going to Google, one going to the firewall. And if we look back here, the one that's going to the firewall is 203.111. The one that's going to Google is 8.8.8.1. Perfect. All right, cool. Let's get configuring. So we do interface fast Ethernet 0/0. And then with that, we're going to do IP address 203.1.1.1 with a 24-bit mask. Okay, perfect. No shutdown. We'll bring that bad boy up. Exit here. And then we'll do interface fast Ethernet and then 0/1. And this is the one that's going out to Google. IP address 8.8.8.1 with a 24-bit mask. Okay, no shutdown. Perfect. Now we should have that up. Let's do WR to write that config. Now we should be able to ping from here to the ISP router. So let's check that out. Bring this over here. Let's go to run. Let's try to ping 8.8.8.1. Whoops. Okay, we can ping that. Let's see if we can ping 203.111. Ping 203.1.1.1. Okay, cool deal. All right, so we can ping that. So now let's go back to the ASA, and we're going to configure DHCP now. So these guys, before we get DHCP, let's go back here to the desktop IP. DHCP is going to get an APIPA 169.254 because it doesn't find a DHCP. Perfect. We wanted that. Obviously, in the real world, obviously, when you really see that and you think DHCP is working, that's no bueno. But in this case, it is good because we haven't configured DHCP quite yet. We're going to be doing that right now. Perfect. So let's go on to let's go back to the ASA. Let's make this nice and big. Okay. Oh, I don't want to do that. Should be good. All right. So now we'll go configure terminal, and then we'll do DHCP address 172.16.1.5 to 172.16.1.10. This will be inside. Okay, perfect. And then we'll do DHCP DNS, and then DNS will be Google, and the interface will be inside. Okay, perfect. Now let's end that. And let's do, I like to copy my config after everything I do. So now if we go back here, IP, now we have the real IP address from the DHCP server. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. And let's do this again because it didn't get DNS. Let's see if we'll get DNS now. There we go. Now we got DNS 8.8.8.8. Perfect. Let's go back to PC1 here, and perfect. All right, we're looking good. So far, so good. We're getting the inside of our network set up, and we should be good. So now what we need to do is set up some default routes on the ISP router. But let's do that first, and I'll show you how to do it on the ASA. So from the ASA, we'll go into configure terminal. And then the way you do it here is route, and then outside, let's do a question mark. So we're gonna do inside or outside. We're gonna do outside, okay? And then we're gonna do 8.0.0.0, and then 0.0.0.0, and then we can do next hop which is going to be from this ASA to the ISP router. So it's 203.111 in our case right now. Okay. Boom. All right. That looks good. Now let's exit here. Show IP route or show route. And so we can see our static route right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So let's just copy, run, start. Okay. All right. We're looking good. We're looking good. So now we're going to do a little OSPF. We're going to do some dynamic routing on our ISP router. Okay. So let's go to that little guy right now. Okay. So let's make this bigger for a sec. Let's do exit out of here. So from configuration mode, we're going to do router, OSPF. We're going to do the process ID, we're going to do 1. It's fine. Okay. So now we're going to do network 203.1.1.0 with the 24-bit mask. So like if you hit question mark, it's the wildcard bit mask. So it's 0.0.0.255 and then area 0. Okay. That's where we're going to put it. And then the other one is going to be the Google network, right? So network 8.8.8.0, 0.0.0.255, area 0. Whoop, okay, cool deal. All right, so now we have that. Now we do show OSPF, OSPF, oh, what the heck is going on? Am I supposed to know? Show IP OSPF, OSPF. Oh my God. All right, cool. So now we can see our routing process. So show protocols, show IP protocols, and we can see OSPF is our routing protocol. Okay, and this is our distance is our default distance is 110, which is okay. That's fine. All right, and we can see our routing networks are these two networks. Perfect. All right, so what is there left to do? The last thing to do, we're going to do is set up an object network in our ASA. So let's go back to here. And this is pretty important. Sometimes I even forget it, and that's why I put it on here, create object network on ASA. So, we do configure terminal, and then we're going to do object, and then network, and then we're gonna just this is the name. So I'm gonna put LAN for local area network, okay? And then in here we can do question mark. We're gonna do subnet, okay? Subnet question mark. We're gonna do the subnet of 172.16.1.0, 255.255.255.0, okay? And then we can do, let's question mark here again. We're going to do the NAT now, enable NAT. Okay, NAT, and then we'll do the parentheses, inside, comma, outside, close it, and then we'll do dynamic, and then interface. Okay, perfect. Now exit. And now my great copy, run, start, because I'm just anal like that. All right, so now let's see if we can do this, and it should fail, but I want to show you before and after. So on our PC, let's go to command prompt, and let's try to ping Google 8.8.8.8, and it should fail because we haven't done an access list. The next thing and the last thing we have to do is create an access list to allow the inside to go to the internet. Okay, so look, it's failing, which that's good. So now if we do continuous ping, I think this is how you do it yeah, this is how you do it in the packet tracer. So I want to do that on PC 1 as well. So ping -t 8.8.8.8, okay, and it's going to fail. All right, so let's just leave that be, and we're going to go ahead and go back to the ASA. And now we're just going to do the last thing, and we should be done. So let's do configure terminal, and then we'll do access, list, and then we're going to do a word. So this is the access list identifier. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it all capital. I'm going to put in, so underscore to underscore internet, okay? Because that's going to be inside to the internet. So when I look at the running config, I know what this access list is doing, okay? And do extended, and then we're going to permit, which we want to allow this. And then what do we want to permit? TCP to any, okay? This is super important. So that's TCP. So I want to bring this over a little bit, and I want to see if we can look at this in action, because it's still failing, which is, that's fine. So let's see if I can make this a little smaller, this one a little bigger. So now we can see, we're going to do this next one, and we have one more access list, and then we're going to do an access group, okay? So let's do up arrow, and then instead of TCP, we're going to do ICMP, okay? Enter. And now we're going to do the access group, and then we're going to copy this. I want to name internet, copy, paste, okay, so I don't mistype anything. In, let's do question mark, and do in to input traffic, okay, interface, oh, I put I'm, sorry, interface, and then this is going to be outside. All right, once I hit enter, we should start seeing pings, hopefully. There we go. You see that? Now we're allowing the internet from, allowing traffic from the inside to the internet. So now you can see that it's pinging. Now let's go, that's PC0. Now if we go to PC1, we should see the same thing. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so now we can stop this, minimize, and now the way we can actually verify the NAT, we can end here. There's two commands I love to do, is we can do show NAT. We can see there's 92 hits. This is from the inside going to the outside, sourcing dynamic LAN interface. So that's the LAN, that's the name of the object. And the next one is show xlight, okay? And that's weird. Let's go ahead and let's do this one more time. Let's go ahead and try to go to, I don't know, let's go to here, 8.8.8.8, and we can see that we're able to get there because this is their little page. Now, because we, let me just bring that over here, and because we allowed TCP as well as ICMP. So let's try to go here, ping this again, boom. Now let's see if we can do show xlight, and there we go. So we can see that there's ICMP from the inside, from this IP going to the outside, and there's TCP, there's ICMP, and those are the two that we just tested. All right, so that's pretty much concludes the video, how to access the internet with an ASA firewall. So how do you configure it from start to finish? And hopefully this been informative for you guys, and you guys learned something. Hopefully you can do this lab with me and just, you know, minimize this and you know, like take a screenshot of this and just try it on your, try it on your own. You don't have to make it this complicated. It's just a small little topology. And then, you know, this is like you're really plugging into your firewall. You know, I'll have a little ASA somewhere around here, but they're cool little appliances. You know, you can do a lot with them. So hopefully this has been great for you, and I hope you like it. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and until next time, have a good one. Thanks, guys.